So many people get mad about Subaru because of their overuse of blown head gaskets. They were notorious for blowing their head gaskets for many problems. But as Subaru have progressed on throughout the years, because this is only recalling them from way back in the past, they had those blown head gaskets for their decades. So now, decades later, they never had the blown head gaskets anymore. Well, pretty much what was the cause of these blown head gaskets a couple decades in the past? Well, take the Subaru Forester for example, my 2012 Subaru Forester. This is a FB25B boxer engine, a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine. Well, this one never had any blown head gasket problems or any problem of sort. And these third gens are notorious for their oil consumption and the oil starvation. And if you pull the dipstick, they are below the fill line, which is the second line on the dipstick. Well, that is the case really, but as Subaru kind of pushed on with their newer models, and like I said, they kind of fixed all the problems with their problems. But this is decades before. So if you're gonna go back to the first and second gen models of the Forester, these were notorious for blowing their head gaskets. Well, what is the case problem with these first and second generations? Well, you have to think about these engines were what they are. So this is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder FB25B engine, but these going back were the EJ251 and the 253 inlines. These were notorious for their blown head gaskets because of the oil and coolant mixing. Also, what they designed the head gaskets to these engines, they were coated in graphite. So as the graphite kind of peeled away or corroded, these were notorious for their blowing head gaskets because of the material that they were made out of that were so cheap in their engines. And plus, like I said, these boxer engines, well, yes, they are notorious for that because of the, instead of having engine pistons going up and down, they're actually side to side. And that can also cause some problems as they kind of circulate a lot of the oil or that heat to dissipate outward. And that was the cause of these blown head gaskets because of their boxer engine designs. But as Subaru kind of progressed on throughout the years, they kind of learned to perfect the boxer engines, because boxer engines for these engines were notorious. Like I said, they went around for decades. So the first Volkswagen Beetle had the first boxer engine, so as the Porsche 911s have boxer engines as well. But Subarus have had the boxer engine for the past 3 decades. Actually, 4 decades, actually. Yep. Since the... Actually, no, wait. 4.5 decades. Yeah. Since the 70s. So, yeah, they perfected the boxer engine over so many decades. And, yeah, so my Forester never had the same problem in 10 years as the previous generation Subaru Foresters had. So that's why Subarus sometimes are known for their head gaskets. Well, now you know.